Well, you know what? I've been doing athletic training for like 25 years. Unfortunately, I had to look at a date. 22 years ago, I had the same incident, but it happened at the airport in Rochester, where I was able to save a man. That didn't bother me as much, but having this little 15-year-old boy, this happened to, it definitely.
These are our babies, you know. I come to work every day, and my job is to keep these kids safe, and I treat everyone like they're my own. And, you know, that's how we got to look at it to be able to do this job, because it does get difficult. And it was a very emotional scene yesterday. And I myself have been in the same situation, you know, even more critical than that. But it was that situation that kind of touched home, because this is a kid in front of us, and this is one of our babies, and this is, you know, who we come and try to protect every day. So it was very emotional. And then having, you know, so many people come up and, you know, congratulate you for things that, you know, this is my training, is what I'm trained to do. So, you know, it's a little off-putting, get your feelings rolling when you have, you know, people coming and congratulating you and, you know, calling you a hero and things like that, which, you know, I don't think I'm a hero. I just was doing my job and, you know, trying to keep our baby safe. That's it.
What's going through your mind when you had to run out onto that court?
You know, initially the first thing you want to do is, you know, you want to assess and see what's going on. And, you know, obviously the heart starts pumping, the blood starts flowing, you're trying to figure out what's going on, but you got to assess, you know, and take control of the situation. And you have to act, you know. You got to quickly, you know, determine what's going on, what, you know, you're going to do to provide life-saving support for this, you know, kid you have in front of you. So, you know, a lot's going on in your mind at one time, but, you know, you have to kind of slow it down, process, and do everything you possibly can to save this kid's life.
You said this is not the first time you...
This is not the first time I've been in a situation where I've had to, you know, administer CPR and try to give life-saving support. So it's something I've done before, but, you know, it's a little more serious due to it being one of my, you know, students. You know, even though he's not my student here, you know, that's still my student. So.
Did you know the young man prior to this, or was this your first?
I did not know him, and actually realized like a couple hours later that was my best friend's nephew, you know, and that was kind of touched home a little bit more, you know, when all of his brothers and sisters were calling me last night, and the victim actually called me last night. They found me on Facebook, and, you know, he wanted to share that, you know, he was very appreciative for everything that I did for him, and that was a great relief for me, because you know, leaving, you know, having him go out like that, you know, you're sitting there wondering all day, all night long, what's going to happen, is he all right? And having him call my phone that night was, last night was, you know, a great relief. Helped me sleep better last night, definitely.
Mr. DiPasquale, what's the importance of having an AED close by at these events?
Oh, it's immense. Without it, we would just be doing hands CPR, which, you know, getting an AED gets the heart back in rhythmia, and we're just putting oxygen and keeping him alive as best as we can. But when an AED shot gets the shock, his heart gets reset to where it should be at normal capacity, and it's just one of the best things as a rescuer to have aboard. Absolutely. You know, that's why the school district has them almost every gym and every hallway. So we're trying to stay on top of that.
And as of this year, you know, they went through every building, and now we have them on every floor and every corner, you know, labeled and identified. So, you know, the district has been doing a good job, as well as, you know, trying to make sure we have these emergency measures in place so that we can keep our kids safe. And not just our kids, you know, the staff in the building, you know, us, and, you know, everybody.
And I think it's, you know, important to note, if it weren't for you two, we could have been standing here for a much different story. There could have been an empty seat at that Christmas table. Tell me about what it's like to realize that because of you, this family is still whole and complete.
You know, for me, it's just like an overwhelming feeling, knowing that I was, you know, in the right place at the right time, and, you know, it's just an overwhelming feeling of, you know, just being thankful and grateful that you were able to provide something, you know, to keep a family happy for another Christmas. And, you know.
Definitely a Christmas present to their family. that, all the coaches there are trained in CPR, but as an athletic trainer, we're more advanced. As an SSO, he works on his skills a lot more than most of the coaches do. So we were, like friends of mine said, we were blessed to be there. Yeah. And the family is blessed, and we are so happy that this young man is able to spend Christmas with his family.
I don't know if they're sorry. Go ahead.
Are you aware of any other people that were on the bench that were also trained and know how to use these life-saving measures?
Well, I know all of our physical education staff are, CPR, AED trained. In those types of situations, it's, you have to act. You can have all the training in the world, when a situation happens, sometimes, you got those 3 responses: fight, flight, or freeze. And, just because you got the training doesn't mean you're going to go and jump right in. And, I kind of think that's what it's all about. Acting, getting there, controlling the situation, doing everything you can to save, this kid or anybody's life. So I couldn't have asked for a better, partner with me. We were like working together perfectly. He knew what I was going to do next. I knew what he was going to do next, and we were working together well. And we did everything we could, and essentially it paid off.
Do you think your first time working together?
Like that, yeah.
Do you think this could inspire some of the players on both sides? Obviously, this was emotionally distressing for them to witness, to get this training that you used to save a life.
Well, I would wish that more people would learn CPR. In fact, some people said, even my own daughter said, "Oh, I should learn how to do CPR." It is. Because it's not just doing compressions, you are saving someone's life or attempting to save somebody's life. And, and like he said, you need to not only learn, but when it happens, you need to react and not just sit there and say, oh my God, what do I do? But you need to react, and we reacted.
My last question is that moment that he regained consciousness, what was that like for you?
It was great because for me, the situation really elevated when I hooked him up to the AED machine, and the machine said shock advised. That's the first time I've ever heard an AED machine where I'm using it on the actual person say shock advised, and that was like the wake-up call for me. Like, this is real. This is a serious situation. And after the fire department got there and we worked a little bit more and we heard that first voice, it was like a miracle. I was elated. I mean, everybody was emotional. I was emotional. He was emotional. The team, they were coming up, giving us hugs, calling us Superman. And me, I'm just like, it's another day at my job. This is what I'm supposed to do. This is what I'm here to do. So,
it's our job.
Very emotional.
We do our jobs. That's what it's about.
Absolutely. We love our kids. We love our babies. We come here to serve them every day. And, and seeing one like that is, not a good feeling, but I'm glad we were able to help them out.